funny. She's very funny. This is a blue and gold macaw found in the rainforest regions of South America. They can be found high up in the trees, and usually they're using their really big wings to fly high above the canopies. You're probably wondering though, what do we have a bird doing at an aquarium? Well, we like to tell the story of water, how water is important for all animals, especially a rainforest species like blue and gold macaws. And not to mention, it's pretty hard to get an endangered sawfish up here on stage, right, Molly? Well, Molly, how about you wave everyone goodbye? Say goodbye. Good girl, blow them a kiss. Oh, so sweet. Enjoy the show, everyone.
Molly's pretty cool, right? Yeah, she's a pretty cool bird. All right, our next animal here is kind of an interesting one. This is what we call a binturong. How many of you have heard of a binturong before? That's okay, you're not alone. Most people actually haven't heard of this animal. Sometimes they're called a bear cat because they look kind of like a combo between a bear and a cat, but they're not actually related to either. They're closely related to another couple of really obscure animals called civets and genets. Now these guys are found in the rainforests of Southeast Asia. And you can see our baby here. She's only about 11 months old, so she's still learning her manners. So bear that in mind while she's running around on stage with Lily here. She would be hanging out on the tops of the trees, and she would be eating a lot of fruit. Now, if we were to look at her teeth and the way her eyes work, we would say that she's a carnivore, because technically she is classified as a carnivore. But her entire diet, about 90% of it, is fruit. And a cool thing about her is that we call her a keystone species. So she is a vital part of her environment, because when she would eat figs up in the trees in Southeast Asia, she would, this is gross, poop them out. And then she would be able to, those fig seeds would then be able to grow new fig trees. Without her, figs wouldn't be as successful in the rainforests. One last fun thing about our baby here, that tail is a really long tail. We measured it, it's actually as long as her entire body. That tail is incredibly important to her. You can see she's holding on to Lindley with it. It is semi-prehensile, so it has extra muscles in there, extra dexterity to help her balance. That was a pretty cool animal, right? All right, thank you, baby binturong there. You ready to meet another animal? All right.
All right, so we've seen a couple of different animals now that are found in the rainforest. We saw that blue and gold macaw, which can be found in the rainforest of South America. Then we traveled all the way to Southeast Asia to the rainforest to see that binturong. And our next stop on our little journey is going to be Africa in the grasslands. Now, we were talking about how water is really important for all animals. And in the grasslands, they're going to have a watering hole where all the animals can gather around to get their water in the dry grasslands. And not to mention, we saw that binturong, she had a really long tail, right? Well, the animal we're going to see next has a really, really short tail. And she's going to use that short tail for something a little bit different than the binturong, who uses her long tail to help her out in the treetops of the rainforest, whereas Nima will use her short tail in the grasslands to help her hunt. This is an African serval. African servals are a smaller cat found in Africa. However, do not be fooled by that size, because even though she's smaller, you guys are looking at the most successful wildcat hunter in the world. I'm talking better at hunting than cheetahs, than lions, than tigers. They go for things like rodents out of rodent holes, and they have a wide variety of prey items. They're really successful at getting their prey. You see Nima use her really long front legs to reach into that rodent hole that we have on stage to scoop up a yummy piece of bird in this case. However, they do also enjoy going after birds. And that's where the tail is going to come into play. So when you guys think of a cheetah, they have that really long tail, right? That long tail is like a runner on a boat for them. They can reach high speeds and zigzag. For Nima and servals in Africa, they are going to need a shorter tail. Because what are they doing? They're looking up in the sky for a potential bird to fly by. And from sitting position, servals can actually jump about 12 feet into the air and take down a bird. Servals have about a 50% success rate. That's actually really high for cats. Usually it's around 30%. So in this case, I think this bird flew away, but I guarantee if there was another bird that came by later, she would be able to capture it and get it down for some dinner. But maybe we'll save that training session for later after the show. So thank you so much for bringing out the African serval. And thank you all for coming to our show. So water is really important, right? In a really great way that we can help out all the animals that you saw on stage, as well as the fish in the aquarium, is to help conserve water in your house. Just turning off the faucet while you're brushing your teeth goes a really long way. So thanks for joining us and have a great rest of your day, guys.